What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tropical Habs back here today for a brand new video talking about the Montreal Canadiens. Today we're going to be talking about a pretty weird trade proposal that happened today on Twitter. It was everywhere. If you're on Twitter and if you follow what's going on with the Habs on Twitter, you probably saw it. Grant McKegg, former NHL scout and now personality on Twitter, pretty controversial personality about the Habs on Twitter. He's a meme. Most times people laugh at him. And yeah, this morning it was on Tony Marinaro's podcast, and he talked about the fact that the Canadiens could want to trade Cole Caufield to acquire the services of Connor Bedard. Yep, you heard that right. Grant McKegg suggested that on Tony Marinaro's podcast this morning in the newest episode. And yeah, he said that the Canadiens should trade Cole Caufield and their 2 first-round picks to acquire the services of Connor Bedard. And my question was, would you guys do it? Would you guys be down to trade our first-round picks, the Florida Panthers pick and our pick for with Cole Caufield for Connor Bedard? Personally, I think it's a bit too much. I'd rather have Caufield, Benson, and Dvorsky, for example, than just having Connor Bedard. I mean, yes, Connor Bedard is a franchise player, but for me personally, you're better off with 3 elite superstars than only 1 franchise players. And we can see it at Edmonton. They have 2 franchise players and they are not able to win the Stanley Cup. So it doesn't mean that if you have a franchise player are going to win a Stanley Cup. Does it help to have one? Of course, but it does not guarantee a Stanley Cup. And when you look at the Colorado Avalanche, they have McCarr, they have McKinnon, they have all of those players. Yes, they're elite players, but they're not at the level of McDavid and Crosby, like the franchise caliber players, but they won a Stanley Cup. So I think you're better off with a lot of elite players than just 1 franchise player. That's my personal opinion. So personally, I would not do it. If we end up with the first overall pick, okay, let's draft Connor Bedard. But if we don't get it, I'm okay with getting 2 top 10 picks in Dvorsky or Fantilli or Benson or Leo Carlson. I'm also all right with that, and keeping Caufield and adding 2 guys like Benson, Carlson, Dvorsky, Jagger, all of those guys, Edward Sale. They're all pretty good. So trading 2 of those guys with Caufield for Connor Bedard, personally, I think it's a bit of an overpay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Another thing that went viral on Twitter is the fact that Cole Caufield liked the tweet. On Twitter, there's a place when you can look at the tweet liked by every personality on the app, and we saw that Cole Caufield liked the tweet about the proposal of Bedard getting traded in Montreal for Caufield. And some people went, all right, he wants to leave Montreal, blah, 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 blah. He wants to leave. He wants to get traded for Bedard. Personally, I think that he was probably laughing at the proposal and went like, oh shit, I'm going to like it. They're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh fuck. Personally, I think it was trolling. But is there a possibility that maybe he saw Anaheim at the bottom of the league and he was just, all right, if they ended up trading me in Anaheim and if I can be able to go play with my buddy Zegras, I'd be happy. It's still possible because, yes, Caufield loves Montreal. I'm sure of it. But at some point, you might want to leave. That's a possibility. He's an American-born player. He has some American friends around the NHL. So at some point, he might want to leave the Canadiens, but I don't think it's going to happen short term. And I don't think that he liked the tweet because he wants to leave Montreal. I heard that he wants to sign long-term in Montreal. Both sides want 8 years. So Caufield's going to stay in Montreal. Y'all need to chill. He doesn't want to leave. He was probably just laughing at the trade proposal because even though Bedard is an exceptional player, I think it's a bit of an overpay. Like, if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. That's just how it is. And I don't even think that any teams would want to get those players for Bedard. It's just like, we're not on PS4. We're not on NHL 23. We're not playing Xbox. Those trade proposal could have happened in the 1980s. We saw a lot crazier shit happen, but nowadays a trade like that is really, really unlikely. And just to even propose it, I think it's pretty dumb in my opinion. And no, it's not gonna happen. I got some DMs of people saying, "Do you think it's gonna happen?" No, I don't think it's gonna happen. They're just trying to get clicks. A bit like me, I made a video about this, but just like I made a video about this because I'm talking about what's going on with the Habs, and this is what's going on with the Habs. So what can I say? So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy Tropical Habs. Have a nice rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight. My prediction for tonight's games of the Canadiens versus the St. Louis Blues. I'm gonna go for the St. Louis Blues 4-2. I think the Canadiens are going to get a bit better than they did in the last couple of games, but I think they're still going to lose the game because the St. Louis Blues have some big players, and with all the rookies in the team, I think it's going to be a bit difficult. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this. It's your boy Tropical Habs. Give me your predictions for tonight's game in the comments below, and I'll see y'all later for another video. I'll see y'all tonight for Habs review. Bye-bye.